All right, now we get extra exciting over here. Sent for us, for many of us, can only be a theoretical, technical expression that we use because our grammar requires that we have a noun to go in the sentences we are prompted to utter about animals tracking. Oh, good grief. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I've done grammar, but now we have to talk about grammar. Yes, we have to talk about grammar. And this is a really cool moment. And it's interesting to think about the grammatical structure here. So, not of this sentence, but of what he's implying. All right? What we've talked about already is that scent is an idea that we don't really actually understand. But we have invented this word for it. We have invented lots of words for things that we really don't entirely understand. Stuff in the realms of quantum mechanics, stuff in the realms of, just guessing at various, advanced aspects of physics and the universe and how things work. And we create words. We use words so that we can communicate, right? And probably, most likely, in school, you have at some point uttered a word. You have said a word in math, maybe, or in history that you didn't entirely understand the word, but you were like, well, I know that this is what we're talking about. So, this is the word that we're using here, right? Okay. Now, obviously, when you come into Vora, we're trying to get you guys to understand all those words. But the idea here is sometimes you really do have, a thing that you need to talk about, and you need to call that thing something, right? That's what it's saying. We need a noun. We need to call a name for it. We need a name. And we need to put that name in the sentences that we're talking about. If we're talking about, a dog tracking an animal, a dog tracking a deer or a fowl or some kind of a thing, we need to be able to say, okay, what is the dog doing? It's tracking, we can say that. It's using scent, though. And we need some word for that. Even though we really don't fully understand everything that scent is, we can understand, like we said, we can guess at it a little bit. And with that guess, we can call that guess scent. And we think and we say, okay, right, it's probably like smell, but it's way, way better. And they can do different things with it. Things that we couldn't even imagine. Like we could never do it ourselves. But that's cool. And so that's what we're going to call that thing that we don't fully understand. We're going to call that scent. And then we're going to talk about it. Now, because we've created this theoretical, technical expression, right? So we invented this word. That's the idea. Now we can put that noun, scent, into our sentences and we can use it to talk about these particular things. This is a great example of the invention of language and the usefulness of grammar and all these sorts of ideas. Super cool moment, obviously, for a grammar teacher. Okay, cool, you guys don't have to be as excited about it, but that's the big idea here, right? That we just needed to invent a word for this thing.